9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Jalen and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Fly guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Jalen and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Jalen and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
What's going on, my guy?
What's good?
Back to business.
Yeah. The grind don't stop, man. It's for one, it's a blessing to be alive, man. It's a blessing to have an opportunity to talk Eagles with you, my man. As always, we got some things to get into. We're not going to be here that long. We're going to be here for about half an hour to 40 minutes, something like that. We know the game starts very soon. The game starts in about 45 minutes. So we want to make sure we optimize this time correctly. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channels, Pro Fan Talk and Chalk It Up Sports. Is the locale. Y'all know the vibe. Y'all know the energy. You guys are tuned into the Bald Eagles podcast. He's Markus Thomas. I am Tony DeShields II. Markus, talk to me, man. Talk to me. What's on your mind, man?
Man, I'm just ready to get down to business, man. I purposefully haven't listened to much sports talk radio this week.
Same.
And it's just block out all of the outside noise. And it comes down to the guys on that field today. You got a good track. Weather's not an issue. You had an extra long week to get everything and dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So this should be a game with no excuses. You had plenty of time to get ready, get your game plan ready, get everything the way you need it. You've had plenty of time to do that. 10-day bye week, right? Mini bye. So no excuses. But that's no different than any other week that we've had. We've been doing this long enough. You should know what to expect. It's all about execution. You know where I stand on Patullo. I'm not crazy about Patullo, but you can have a horrible game plan, and if you execute that game plan, you should still come out successful. That's what I believe. And enough of we're a couple of passes too shorts. We're a couple of penalties too many, and we got to knock all of that out of the way. So just be about your business. Every player to a man has got to win their battle. You just got to win. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry about nobody else. Do your job. And we should be fine. Should is the key word in the sentence.
Yeah, for sure. That is the operative word. You said something, though, that stood out to me. All the conditions are optimal. You ain't gonna worry about weather. You're in the dome, things of that nature right now. Granted, they were in the dome in Dallas, and they still lost that game nonetheless. But you're going up against an opponent, again, plays in the dome, but also you haven't played this opponent since 2021 in the regular season. This opponent doesn't know you that well. All they know is the film you've put up. They don't know you that well. They don't have a true beat on all your tendencies, right? So you're not playing a rival. You're not playing a team you see a lot. You're in the dome. All conditions are fair. You had extended rest to get healthy. Granted, you're going to be without some guys, but all conditions are fair. All conditions are fair. The Chargers, they're without their starting left tackle and right tackle. That's hard to overcome. Very difficult.
And a quarterback with a broken hand.
Granted, non-dominant, but still a broken hand.
If you think that don't matter, you're crazy.
It definitely matters. And I'm not shocked he's playing, but they are taking a gamble. And I think it's because they understand that their division is very much still within reach, technically, numerically, mathematically, it's still in reach. The Chiefs, that they're out of the divisional race. Now all they can hope for is a wild card spot. And I don't think they make the playoffs this year, honestly. So when you put all that into perspective, you have a Chargers team who has been battling injuries all year long, yet you guys have the same record. Make sure I got that right. The Chargers are 8-4, just like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the Chargers. And I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have higher quality wins than the Chargers. Nonetheless, you are what your record says. And again, all variables in this game are fair. As a matter of fact, the variables are actually leaning in your favor. You may not have Jalen Carter in this game. So what? You still got Jordan Davis and Morrow Jumbo who are both playing at Pro Bowl levels, borderline Pro Bowl levels. You have a red hot Jalen Phillips, right? You got Nolan Smith who's still chomping at the bits. You have Jalen Tunt who's been on fire since the Vikings game. We can say that, right?
Yeah,
he's been on fire since the Vikings game. He's made an impact play in every single game. He's either flipped the field for you, or got you a TFL, or got you a sack, or recovered a fumble. He's been impacting the game. So, and obviously you still have your linebacker core, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, who's been playing well. Jihaad Campbell, his snaps have been very sporadic.
You got to play him today. Ain't no.
It was a weird week for his snaps,
Get
but
that kid on the field, bro.
Yeah, you're better with him than without him. There's no reason he shouldn't be able to get on the field no matter what. I don't care what the circumstances are. He's too talented for that. And obviously, you are dealing with Andrew McCool, but he's done for the year. Reed Blankenship, you still have him. Sidney Brown, okay, we'll see. Actually, I think Marcus Epps may get to start tonight.
Marcus Epps is going to start, yeah. So
Marcus Epps, you have a lot of experience there. He's a guy that's physical. And your cornerback position, obviously, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Dory Jackson, he's been steady the past few weeks. He's been above water the past few weeks. So I respect that. I appreciate that.
Your boy from Nebraska gonna play today.
And you got Ty Robinson coming in, a big body, a guy who's looking to make some plays as well. And every time I see him on the field, he
call him the
flashes
Vanilla Gorilla. That's what they call him.
Yeah, they call him the Vanilla Gorilla. So again, you have a team. Again, we talk about it every week, Marcus. This team is not short on talent.
No,
even without Jalen Carter, they're not short on talent by any stretch of the imagination. Offense, you are what you are, talent-wise. We know what that is. It's no excuses, man. This is a must-win game. And I want to get your thoughts on that. Do you believe this is a must-win game? And explain your reasoning.
Every game is a must-win game.
That's coach speak, Marcus.
Yeah, my perspective is always going to be different. I'm speaking as a player, as a former player. Every game is a must-win game because it all comes down to the same things. If you do your job, if you do what you're supposed to do, that team is not better than our team. Now, it would be different if they had the better team on paper, but they don't. We haven't come across a team yet on paper who is better than us. Roster, talent, everything across the board. So it all comes down to how we execute when we get on the field and doing our job and winning our individual battles. It all comes down to that. So is it a must win for the sake of sanity? Yes, because it's going to be a lot of therapy next week if we lose this game. But I look at it from the standpoint of this is just another opportunity to solidify yourself and take another step towards the playoffs to get you positioned to do what you want to do and to try to attain that ultimate goal. That's what it's all about. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm not trying to quell the firestorm that's on sports talk radio. I'm not trying to do anything from social media. I don't give a damn about none of that. The message has got to be handle your business on the field and we'll be all right. That's all they got to do. When you handle your business, everything else will take care of itself. When you win your battles, everything else will take care of itself. And I believe that. So to a man, you go down that line of scrimmage, I still believe it starts and ends in the trenches. We have to be better than they are in the trenches. So if we can
have the advantage. You still have the advantage.
I think we'll be fine. I need Jalen Hurts to make less mistakes and miss less open players. And I'm saying that Not to be critical, I'm saying that because that happens to every quarterback in the league. You can look at Justin Herbert last week and Jared Goff and Allen and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Look at any quarterback, Sam Darnold. Look at all of them. Everybody gets a turn. So all we need from Jalen Hurts is to eliminate some of those misses, not necessarily mistakes. Eliminate those misses. Capitalize on the opportunities we get when we get the open man. When we hold that block a little bit longer, Saquon has got to get to the hole. So different things like that. Everything needs to be clicking. We shouldn't have to worry about special teams tonight. Things that we shouldn't have to worry about, we shouldn't have to worry about. I don't want to have to worry about A.J. Brown jumping off sides. I don't want to have to worry about Jalen and Devontae getting their signals crossed on a surefire touchdown. Those are the opportunities we have to take advantage of because we've done it in the past. And when we do that, can't nobody beat us. The only reason that teams are beating us is because we put the ball on the ground and we commit stupid turnovers and shooting ourselves in the foot. But that's not anything to say we need to get rid of those issues is going into coach speak. And that's Captain Obvious. So, and I'm saying that because for us to get, like I've been saying, head and shoulders above everybody else in the league, I don't think it's going to take much. The only thing it's going to take is getting rid of those issues that we keep falling upon. If we get rid of the penalties, if we get rid of the stupid mistakes, and if we stop giving games away, we're going to stop giving games away. And we still got the best roster. We still got the best running back. We still got all of that, the best wide receivers, all of that. Jalen Hurts got to come up clutch and establish dominance in this game. They can do it. We just haven't seen it.
Here's why I call this a must-win game. And I love everything you said. You ain't said nothing I don't agree with. Let's call it. Let's just lay that out on the table right now. You ain't say nothing that I don't agree with. As a matter of fact, you ain't say nothing that they shouldn't already know. Exactly. Unfortunately, we've seen what we've seen throughout the season, and this team has continued to play below their standard.
Correct.
And below our standard. But I really mean their standard because sometimes as fans, we can be a little unrealistic, right? You can't win every game. Sometimes things get away from you. It is what it is. It's football. Everybody get paid. But most importantly, they played below their standard. You have an opportunity to play above your standard today. You have an opportunity to play to your standard. And we know the Eagles' standard is Super Bowl or bust. That's how Jeffrey Lurie looks at it. That's how Howie Roseman looks at it. If they're not holding that Lombardi at the end, they look at that season as a waste. That's correct. And that's the alpha mentality that they move around or that they walk around with in that building. So I call this a must-win game because you have underperformed drastically in the past 2 weeks. You give up you gave up damn near 300 rushing yards to a Chicago Bears team that's talented. Don't get me wrong, but you didn't even make their quarterback sweat. He was awful. Then you blew a 21-point lead and got shut out in the second half to the Dallas Cowboys the week prior in the dome. So for people who, again, I'm not talking to you, Marcus, right? I know you look at every game as a must-win game, and I respect that mindset because you play this game and you understand the value of a win. You understand what goes into a win. I call this a must-win game because, the Cowboys lost, but if you lose today,
that don't mean nothing.
Back to square one.
Yeah.
Back to square one. You increase their window of opportunity to knock you off the top, and you increase their window of opportunity to make the playoffs. So, from my perspective, you can't play around with your food the way you've been playing with your food all season long. You got a Chargers team that's begging for you to whoop their ass. Begging for you to whoop their ass. No left tackle. No right tackle. I think Khalil Mack is done for the year, right? He been out for a while, right?
I think so.
Let me make sure I got that right here. They have injuries all across the board. They're missing Tucker Fisk, a tight end. Let me make sure I got this right. Najee Harris on IR still. Amarian Hampton does come back, but let me see here.
Is Becton still out?
Becton is not. I'm not seeing him on the injury report right here. So I think he
He must
plays.
be playing. I saw him in warm up with my Lotta, but I thought he was. I thought he would.
Okay, so now Khalil Mack is healthy. Excuse me, Khalil Mack is healthy. He got hurt earlier this year. Regardless, though, you got a Chargers team that's begging for you to beat them.
Yeah,
begging. And you said something earlier. It doesn't take much for this team to get head and shoulders above everybody else because no one has really, in my opinion, separated themselves. In my opinion, look, the Rams are playing very well. The Patriots are playing very well. Those may be the top two teams in respective conferences, right? Just based off of just how they play and also their record, right? But we just saw the Rams lose to the Panthers.
So no, they're not playing very well.
So they're not what people what they want us to believe they are. Yeah, they put up all these points, they're flashy, but you got to take care of business against the Chargers. I mean, you got to take care of business against the Panthers. And we just saw the Colts. Daniel Jones done for the year with a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
The Colts was the hottest team in football. I told people that Colts team, just wait on it. Something's not going to go the way they expect. Just wait on it,
man.
And it sucks.
They didn't nobody touch him either, man. I hate to see that.
And look, it does suck. I don't wish for injury, but I told people, look, the Colts, they look good right now, but they look like a team that's going to be one and done. Just give it a bit. And lo and behold, we'll see what happens. They're working out Phillip Rivers. He's 44 years old. They won't even put Anthony Richardson in.
Anthony Richardson is done.
And again, I'm looking around the rest of the league. The Packers, they just beat the Bears, so the Bears look human. The Green Bay Packers and the Bears and Detroit, they're constantly trading.
Yeah, Jordan Love looking like a Pro Bowl quarterback.
But here's my problem with the NFC North. All those teams trade who wants to be asked that week. Like that division, their records are what they are. But I look at that division in a vacuum and I say to myself, those teams, I can see Chicago being one and done. I can see every team in the league being one and done, even the Eagles in the playoffs.
Absolutely, man. It's gonna be a lot of folks in Cancun early.
And this is the most leveled playing field I've seen, even with the Eagles being terrible.
Yeah.
And when I say terrible, I mean our terrible, not the field's version of terrible, our version of terrible. So again, and you guys are right. Anthony Richardson is hurt, but he hurt his orbital a while ago. They could have been taking him off IR. Let's stop playing. Let's cut the crap. Like he fractured his orbital. He could have been came back. They just shut him down. Let's not even play around with that.
We've had plenty of time to get everything corrected.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of hoopla about that. But at the end of the day, the outside makes more noise about it than the inside does. Because the inside is like, hey, this is just another day, business as usual, and we got to do the stuff that we got to do. Ain't nobody worrying about that until some reporter or somebody asks you that stuff. So as far as what happens in the locker room, you're not worried about all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You've been out there, you're in practice, you doing the same things. You trying to figure out what's the best scheme, who's the weak point on the offensive line, on the defensive line, all of that kind of stuff. Where's your point of attack? Those are the things they're trying to figure out. I know I kept seeing all of this stuff about what Saquon must have said something on Hard Knocks, and everybody took that and ran with it about the I guess it was talking about the attitude on the sideline or something like that. And it's like the attitude on the sideline changes from game to game. Don't get it twisted. Everybody ain't happy. Everybody ain't sad. You got people on the sideline, like that's a personality thing. You got guys on the sidelines that are always their personalities. They got one of them jokey personalities. But if you lose it and you got somebody that's always smiling, you pissed off at that person. What you smiling for? That ain't got nothing to do with what's really going on the sideline. And conversely, you got somebody that's always angry about something and everything is going well and they looking for a problem. So they got personalities on the sideline and it's not going to jive with what everybody else wants to see.
Here's my pushback to that, Marcus. I would take what you said as law if this was his first season here. He was here last year. And I think if I'm throwing him any kind of bail, I think he's comparing how they carried it last year at this time of the year versus this season. And obviously, different season. Things happen all the time. Is how you adjust. It's how you respond.
Absolutely, that's a fair criticism.
Yeah,
but the cure is the same.
Yeah, but also the cure is winning, but also the cure is
same.
winning in a dominant fashion. Getting back, see, I don't think nobody would care if the Eagles were in shootouts or if the Eagles were in knuckle draggers if they felt like there was still some level of rhyme and reason to what they do, in particular on offense.
Right.
Like sometimes games get competitive, and it'd be different if we saw a team that just looked like they knew what they were doing week to week.
Even the game we got gutted by Chicago, we still should have won that game. It ain't nobody. How come everybody's worried about that defensive game, but the offense? Did the offense get that much energy when they had them shut down halves and quarters?
Yes. To your point, I'm not. I know this may sound crazy to people, but they gave up over almost 300 yards of rushing, and that defense still gave you a chance to win that game.
They gave you a chance.
I know it's easy to say defense lost you that game. I beg to differ.
No.
I beg to differ because things happen. How do you respond? You shut them. They couldn't really get nothing done in the air except for some occasional play action because you allowed them to set up the run. But I still feel like that defense gave you ample opportunity to win that game. They flipped the field for you. They took the ball away twice, but you gave it away. You gave it back twice. So that's on you.
And we should know better than this.
Exactly.
Eagles fans should know better. Just go look at the first Super Bowl. Tom Brady threw for what, 500? And he lost.
And it didn't matter. No one even talks about it. That's what happens. Win the game. No one talks about it. You could change
the defense. You could change
the narrative
to show up when the defense shows up.
Period.
Everybody wants a shutout, but that's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
The defense shows up when the defense needs to show up. Because you know what? Even though they got gutted for 270 yards or whatever it was, there was one play where they got the turnover that we should have scored on. There was one play where they got a 3 and out that we should have scored on.
Yep.
And the offense didn't pay their half of the rent. So in spite of the bad job of run defense that we had, they still made enough plays to put us into position to take control of that game. And
that's honestly what defense is about.
Are the opportunities.
And that's honestly what defense is about. Look, defense, again, everybody's talented. You can't stop everybody. Even the rules are leaning more towards offense. So you can't
get got eventually.
Exactly. You want your defense to A, keep points off the board, and 2, give your offense ample opportunities to take that lead and hold on to it.
Correct.
I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles defense has done that all year long. They've given them ample opportunities to take leads. They've taken the ball away. They've kept points off the board for the most part. They've kept every scorecard that came up in the Eagles game. That's within reach if the Eagles offense is doing their job. If the Eagles offense is doing their job, this Eagles team probably could have been maybe, what are we aiming for now? It probably could have been 11-1, 10-2.
Absolutely.
Just being realistic.
Playing up to your potential. Potential is the key word. So, all of the phrases and sayings that Jalen does and Sirianni says, and they all saying the same thing. Keep the main thing,
yeah.
And all of that stuff. The only thing it means is if your team plays up to their potential, nobody should beat them. That's what that means. The standard is only good if you can hold it up. Yes, I understand the standard is still a standard, but what that means is that the goal of what you're trying to attain never changes. Because if you want to break it down to its base elements, what that means is I need to beat you more than you beat me at my position. That's individual. Then collectively, did we win more battles or did we lose more battles? Collectively. Then you add to the team. Offense, did they win more battles or lose more battles? Defense, did you win more or lose more? And then you, at the end of the game, you tally all of that up. And then you see what you did. You got to give yourself a grade, give your position a grade, give your offensive defense a grade. And before it's all said and done, you're going to look at the score. The team that makes the least amount of mistakes usually comes out on top. And we've been the one making most of the damn mistakes.
Too many penalties, turnovers.
Giveaways.
4 turnovers in the last 2 weeks.
Giveaways.
4. Just giving it away, 2. Like knuckleheaded ones. Just like 3 of them were fumbles.
The only legit one I'll give them, it was when the dude took the ball away on the tush push. Great play by him. Because it wasn't like Jalen wasn't holding the ball. But like I said in my video, upper body strength ain't going to beat lower body strength. When that dude dropped that foot and anchored himself and ripped that ball away, that's what you're supposed to do. Good on him for getting his hands in there. I'm pissed off at the up back on the left side that he didn't get there and block him. Mm-hmm. His body should be in front of it. But
yeah, I agree.
We got on that one. It is what it is.
I'm looking at the Chargers right now. They are a very good football team situationally, in particular on third down. They had the second best third down offense in football, converting at a 48.2% clip. They have the fifth best third down defense. They're only allowing opponents to convert 34.7% of their third down attempts. And the Eagles have been awful on third down this year. They lead the league in 3 and outs, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a recipe for disaster, just based on what we know about this Eagles team. Can they shift the tides situationally? That's outside of the red zone, and they don't get there often. Let's be honest about that. They don't get there that often. Outside of the red zone, they've been very, very below average situationally. And you can't win a Super Bowl being terrible on third down. That's right. The money down. That's the money down. Now, granted, a lot of those moments where the Eagles have been on third down, they've been coward's draws. They haven't even been aggressive. So we'll see what happens tonight. Staying on the offensive side of the ball, Saquon talked about how he's really excited for the game plan this week. And, he's not, and he made it pretty clear. He said, look, I'm not saying we just added all these new plays, but I'm excited about what our goals are for this week. I'm excited about what we have dialed up. So to your point, you're right. It always comes down to execution.
Let me be honest with you. That's what pisses me off.
Break that down.
What are we dialing up? What are we doing different? And then the next question is, well, why did it take this long to do it? You don't dial up any new plays. The plays were already there. You're not creating anything new.
He said that. He said right. We're not creating anything new, but he's just excited about the direction they're taking this week.
Great.
Whatever that means.
And me trying to put on my Scooby-Doo hat, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are you doing different this week that you haven't done in the past?
That's the money.
Because that dialect is exactly the same. That kind of jargon is exactly the same. When you go into every game, we got a good. You studied film 3 weeks ago. You came up with a game plan based on your film study and based on what you thought that was going to happen 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Every time we play a game, you do the same thing. You think I don't think you guys do your homework and study the film and look at the analytics and come up with the best game plan that you think is going to be successful? I trust and believe that you do that every week. So why is this week going to be different? That's what you got to show me. Because the only thing that I can see that's going to make a difference is what these dudes do in the trenches. I don't care what you dial up. If Fred Johnson ain't holding his block for longer than 0.5 seconds, if Tyler Steen ain't holding his block, if Cam Jurgens ain't getting to his block, it ain't gonna matter. What you need is exactly the same. The guys up front need to establish themselves and dominate that line of scrimmage. That is the answer to all of these riddles. It is not complicated. If we can't run, play action is useless. And it makes passing the ball more difficult because the defense can fade back in the zone because they have no respect whatsoever for our run game right now.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's easier. It's easier to guard against the pass because you know they're not running.
You got to get your run game going this week. You have to. Like, we're getting to a point in the season where you are what you are. You have to get your running game going. And the reason I struggle to say the Eagles are what they are is because they're too talented for me to accept they are what they are. You got Saquon Barkley back there with this offensive line is more talented than what they've shown. Obviously, you got the quarterback with Jalen Hurts, the receiving core, and this team is too talented for me to just say what they are. I'm having a hard time reconciling with that. So,
Right.
We're about 30 minutes into the show. The game starts in about 15 or 20 minutes. I want to get to a last topic. We briefly talked about the Chargers, but in particular, I want to hone in on the Justin Herbert injury. Justin Herbert fractured his hand last week. His left hand, his non-dominant hand, his non-throwing hand. He's activated this week. To me, they feel like they can't go a week without Herbert, knowing that division is still technically mathematically within their reach. I think the Broncos are still going to win it, but we'll see how that goes. But he's going to have a glove on that left hand. And I want to get your perspective. I want to get how you think Vic Fangio handles this Chargers offense, especially knowing you gave up nearly 300 rushing yards last week. No Jalen Carter, no Andrew McCouber at safety. I want to get your thought process on what you think Vic Fangio's priority is going to be going into this game.
I don't think there's anything different. Get to the ball. Get to the ball. Justin Herbert's in the same situation that Jaden Daniels was in. Jaden Daniels didn't get hurt because somebody hit his arm. Jaden Daniels got hurt because he fell. And when you fall, instinct takes over. What's the first thing you do when you fall? You try to brace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put that wrist out there. That's why Jaden Daniels got hurt, not from a hit. So what we got to do is they're going to be coming in, slapping at the ball, and they got to get him down. If you can get him down on the ground or at least get hands on him, that works to our advantage because all you got to do, if you don't get the sack, push him down. Don't get a penalty, obviously, but get him to the ground.
Get hands on him because I'm
correct.
I'm hitting that hand every chance I get.
Every chance you get, but he gonna be gun shy because his brain is gonna be telling him don't because all it's gonna take is somebody to just nick it, and it's gonna hurt. But if you can get him to the ground, if even pushing him where he loses his balance, because then what happens is he don't know what to do because instinct is gonna say put that hand out there to catch your fall, but then I don't know what his range of motion is and all of that kind of stuff, but ultimately I don't think he wants to do that. So they're going to be trying to keep him upright. So nothing changes. We got to get pressure. We got to get to the quarterback and put him on his butt. And linebackers got to be a little bit more disciplined in what we're doing. I'm telling you right now, they are going to run the same zone reads that Chicago ran last week.
Yes, bingo. I think the Chargers are going to come out of this game and try to get that running game going early. They're going to lean on it heavily, and they're going to try to gut you. They're going to try to use the exact same game plan that Chicago did. Now, if I'm Vic Fangio, my thought process is I'm making sure the run is completely moot. Now, Maureen Hampton's coming back. He's coming off the fractured foot or the fractured ankle, I think. Will he have the same burst? Will he have that same cut ability fresh off that injury? No. We will see.
This is his first game back?
First game back.
No.
First game back. So
he ain't got his mental game back yet. Your mental game is when you coming off of an ankle injury or something like that, the mental game is you have to be in a game situation, going at game speed, and you got to make that 90-degree cut going full speed before your brain will let you know that you can do that. If you don't get in that situation and don't make that happen, you're going to be shortchanging it. You got to do it first. So no, he's not going to be 100. No, he's not going to be right. And this will be our chance to put bodies on. Mm-hmm. This is going to be in the Kobe Dean game. Mm. This is going to be in the Kobe Dean game because we can't have those cutback lanes like DeAndre Swift had last week. Right. We can't do that.
Yeah, they had this other young running back, Kamani Vidal, 121 carries, 543 yards, averaging over 4 yards a carry, 3 rushing touchdowns, averaging about 60 yards a game. He has 29 first down runs. He's been a chain mover for them in his 9 games plan. So we'll see. I think Kamani Vidal is going to lead their team in carries. I do believe that. I don't think they're going to go out there and give Amari Hampton 20 carries. I don't see that happening. But I could definitely, if they run that ball 30 times, I could definitely see Kamani Vidal having about 17, 18 of those, and Amari Hampton having maybe 12. They may try to get Amari Hampton involved in the screen game, the passing game, so he can operate in space a bit. and give him more, so he can kind of, make he's dealing with less traffic, so to speak.
Right.
So, nonetheless, though, this is a game that you have to win. If you ask me, this is a game where you have every variable leaning in your favor, or every variable is fair, to put it that way. But let's transition to our predictions. Again, we're short on time here. Like we told you
and I want to
guys.
get through these super chats too. We only got 4 of them, so
Yeah. Let's fly through these. So real quick, what's your bold prediction for the offense and your bold prediction for the Eagles defense?
Bold prediction is AJ Brown with another 100-yard game.
That's back-to-back weeks. He had 100 yards, right?
Yes. Also, Jalen Hurts 60 yards rushing.
I got a bold prediction as well for you. I'm going to say the Eagles rush for over 150 yards as a team. That's my bold prediction for the offense. My bold prediction for the defense, I think Nolan Smith gets back there, starts that hand, and we got a strip sack on our hands.
Sweet. I think Jalen Phillips is going to have a day.
Hey, man. Honestly, even though Jalen Carter's not playing, you have the advantage in the trenches, if you ask me. You have the advantage. So we'll see what happens. All right. Now, score prediction. What's your score prediction, my guy?
27-21.
I got the Eagles winning this game. I'm going to go 23-17.
Okay.
23-17. That's how I'm rolling. I think this game is going to be this game is going to be tough because the Eagles have been making it tough, and I'm not going to just act like that doesn't happen. I'm not predicting any more blowouts. I'm done with that.
Right.
And honestly, I'm not even predicting them to have 30 points in any game. Just get the dub, get to the playoffs, and then take care of your business from there. I got the Eagles winning this game 23-17. That's how I'm rocking right now.
All right.
Let's get to this super chat. Green Wingman with the Dubskis.
With everything you've said, I'm picking the Chargers tonight, not because the Chargers are better, but because this team has proven to be so inconsistent offensively that they can't get out of their own way. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong too.
Yeah, and by the way, to your point, with all the stuff that we've talked about, I can never pick against the Birds. That's just me.
Yeah. Saquon up the middle, AJ Brown deep ball, incomplete punt. More or less this for the next 3 hours, shake my head. We'll see.
Yo, man, that's really what it's been.
We'll see. Yeah. But like I said, it only takes one play.
I feel like we're living in the Truman Show.
Preach, Markus Thomas, just play our style and we will win. And Tone, keep doing a great job with your pregame coverage.
Thank you, my man. I really do appreciate you, man. Can't do it without my guy Markus Thomas, man. He really makes it easy for me. So shout out to you, KLS. Really appreciate my guy. And also shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Lamar Cotton Singer. That's my man.
What's up?
Yeah, it's one of my homies, one of my best friends from high school. It's my dog. He's a Chargers fan. One of the first days, I remember the first day we met. We and Miss Matthews' history class. We sat next to each other. We in the back of the classroom by the heaters. If you've been in the Philadelphia public school system, you know them heaters in the back near the windows, right there. We sitting back there talking, and he said, "Yo, what's your name, man?" I said Antonio. He said, like Antonio Gates. I said, yeah. And then from that point forward, he's been calling me Gates. My man been calling me Gates for 10 plus years. So shout out to my brother, Lamar Cotton Sr., man. I love you, dog. Miss Fanny's in the building, a member for 10 plus months. We appreciate you, girl. She says nothing changes.
Yes,
nothing changes. I'm just saying. I make sense. I'm tired of your logic, Miss Fanny. That's that psychology degree.
Hey, it ain't complicated. Fanny, tell him it ain't complicated. It ain't complicated. Sure. Keep it simple.
For sure. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. That's our show. That's our show, y'all. We appreciate y'all again. We told y'all this one was gonna be quick. We was gonna be in and out, man. This one was gonna be like a night on the red light district. Get in and out, baby.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So smash that like button.
I'll be back with I'm probably not gonna stream tonight, but I will be back with a halftime report, and then I will probably go live sometime after the game tonight.
Okay. So sounds good.
All right, enjoy the game.
For sure, y'all. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy, man. Subscribe to Pro Fan Talk. Subscribe to Chalk It Up Sports. You feel what I'm saying? He's Markus Thomas. I'm Tony DeShields II. You guys have been tuning to the Bald Eagles podcast, and it's straight like that. Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Go Birds.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight. Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Nolan and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights. Dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Nolan and Markus always standing by. Bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soaring in the sky. Nolan and Markus always standing by. Bringing their heat, call it do or die.